Granted, there are only about 5 e-ink devices on the market that run color currently, including Hisense, iReader, Pocketbook Color, etc. This is one of the best looking ones. USB-C, flush screen and bezel, it really feels like a modern, high-end device. It's built really well, it has some nice colors as well. Here's the home screen. Now, much like Migu-enabled devices like the Kindle X Migu, this one included, and a bunch of other Chinese brands, this one actually has the same Migu integrated toggle that the Migu X Kindle had. If you look right here at the top, it's written in Chinese, but actually says iFlytek reader, and this is the Migu reader. So you can actually cycle and toggle in between both of them to get different services. This will be iFlytek enabled services, or anything you preload into the device, like PDFs, EPUBs, etc. And this will be the Migu side of things. So you'll get all the Migu services, Migu content, categories, the online store, and so forth. Much like the iReader that came out of China, which is running a color e-ink screen as well, this device is only in Chinese, so you'll get a tremendous value out of this device if you read or speak Chinese, or maybe are a Chinese citizen that is currently living outside of China. However, the international audience will have to rely on sideloading in your own content. You can, however, use augmented reality like Google Lens and whatnot, in which case you can just hover over everything and it will tell you what everything is. So that's how we were able to learn Migu settings, my content, Wi-Fi, etc. You can use things like different glasses, Google Lens, different applications that allow instant translation. Then you can get a good grasp of what you are working with. Because this doesn't hold much value to us living outside of China using this device, it will be strictly more of a showcase piece of the technology itself. This is one of the best looking color devices on the market. It's not the cheapest out there, it is into the $300 range, so it's a little bit higher than the Pocketbook Color, but it's a lot more snappy and it's a lot more vibrant, we feel. It's also a flush screen and bezel, so it's looking very modern and clean. You can do some long presses and whatnot, but everything that is going to pop up is going to be in Chinese, so you are going to need that translator on hand, or you're going to have to know how to read Chinese in order to get full access to this device. But the colors are nice, it's nice and vibrant, it's a pretty quick device as well. It doesn't have any pinch and zoom on PDFs, but you can tap into the middle and you do get some settings down below. You get some different font settings, you can scale the device, you can alter the colors up and down with contrast. There's a couple things you can do, not much though. You have a quick nav, table of contents, and you have some more settings, which is basically just the refresh every 10 pages and the contrast level. Ebooks run very well on this, although the background is actually quite dark compared to a lot of other devices, and this is because this is very inherent with color-enabled devices. The background won't be really white or stone like it was with a Paperwhite, with a Kobo device. It's going to be more dark gray and like gravel kind of color. There are some features you can do, but again, when you long press, it's going to pull up Chinese content. If you tap in the middle, you get your table of contents, your quick nav, and you get your text augmentation. You can change the text, the line spacing, the margins all very quickly, and it is very instant. It all changes in the background. And actually, when you tap in the center, you get this, which is basically your TTS, and when you tap that, it starts reading back to you.
Released to its first position and presented the same problem to be worked all through. Was it a dream or not? Scrooge lay in this state until the chime had gone 3/4 more, when he
So the TTS, to be completely honest, is just a Chinese person trying to speak English, so you do get that heavy accent, but remember, this device is catered towards the Chinese market. Either people residing in China can speak and read Chinese, or are Chinese nationals that currently live outside of the country. Manga looks great as well. You can see right here, this is a one-piece manga. Now, unfortunately, you get almost no settings on this, and it can't read back any of the things on the screen because it can't find the text out of anything that is an image. So although there is text on here, it's non-interactable, which means if I long press, it's not going to do anything. So that is one of the concerns on PDFs, is that there's limited functionality, but it does display it quite beautifully. One of the major problems with any color e-ink device so far in 2020, whether you get the Hisense, the iReader, the Pocketbook, the iFlytek, they're gonna be really the same problem, and that is the glow light. The glow lights are actually quite bright when you go all the way to the full extremity, and overall they're really only using one set of LEDs, which means they're just gonna come off kind of blue. And if you go too dark, it's really hard to see the screen, and this isn't inherent just with this device, it's with all color e-ink devices currently. You need to have the glow light on to some degree in order to get any visibility out of this device. You can see right here that it's so dark, and this room's not even that dark. You can see the background and my hand. It's just the e-reader technology hasn't caught up to color e-ink with glow lights just yet. Chinese devices typically situate themselves around ecosystems. The iReader C6 situated itself around the Baidu ecosystem, and the iFlytek uses the WeChat Migu experience on this device. So you need those to log into this device to really get value out of this device. But if you do speak Chinese, or you have a WeChat account or a Migu account, you're going to get a lot of value out of this device. For the people that are purchasing this outside of the Chinese market, you're still going to get value out of this device. It's a very well built device. It feels great, it looks great, it has high quality materials, it's a flush screen and bezel, the colors are fantastic, it's running USB-C, and all the content is going to be in your respective language. If you guys want to see more on this, stay tuned to youtube.com/goodereader, and for Good eReader, this is Peter.